So I'm waiting in my room, and this woman comes into my room holding a belt in her hand. Bruh, no way this woman's about to beat me right now. Visa Bruga. But that's Visa Bruga. Shut up. Why are you crying? Shut up. If you grew up with African parents, you got my condolences, man. Cause wow, you must have had it rough growing up as a child. I can imagine all the slippers that you've been thrown, the lashes that you've received, and the overall corporal punishment that you received growing up as a kid. See, African parents are very creative when it comes to their beatings. A true Picasso with the belt. I've heard people get beat with all sorts of things, from a wet leather belt to a thin, flexible PVC pipe. Heck, one of my friends swears that his mom is a sniper with a sandal. Sometimes they don't even beat you, but oh, those are the worst punishments. Needless to say, African parents take their punishments very seriously. Now, I was a fairly good kid, so growing up, I didn't receive a lot of beatings, but I had my fair share, and there's 3 beatings that I will never, ever forget. This first beating was by my mom. I must have been like 4 or 5 years old. At the time, we lived in a flat, and our next door neighbors had kids, one of which was the same age as me. His name was Tino. This was my very first best friend, man. This was my brother. This was like a brother to me. Now, because he lived right next door to us, and our parents were pretty much friends, my parents wouldn't mind me spending the whole day at his place, as long as I come back home in time for dinner. So one day I was over at Tino's house, just a couple dumb 4-year-old kids doing whatever dumb 4-year-old kids used to do back then, So we having fun, and around midday, Tino's brothers had prepared lunch for us. They had some leftover rice, vegetables, some stew, and some beef on the side. And yes, I still remember this meal because that was the first and last time I ever ate at his place, bro. So we get to eat, and we eat all the food, we get back to playing, a couple hours go by, and it's time for me to go home. I get home, and supper was ready, so my mom called me. Emma, supper's ready. Oh, that's okay, Mom, I already ate. You ate? Yeah.
Where?
Oh, over at Tino's place.
Go to the bedroom.
Shut up. Why are you crying? Shut up. See, this is the thing that confuses me about African parents. They'll beat you whilst telling you to shut up or ask you why you're crying. I'm obviously crying because you're beating me. How are you telling me to shut up whilst you beating me? Like, make it make sense, bruv. And my mom had this thing where only after she beat me, she would explain to me why she beat me. So only after beating me, only after causing me so much pain and suffering, did she explain why she beat me. She explained to me that she beat me because I ate over at Tino's place, and I'm not allowed to eat at other people's place. Like, you could have told me this, but no, this is how it works in my household. Now, the second beating was also by my mom, and this one I'll never forget, not necessarily because of how painful it was, but because of how out of pocket it was. Like, I didn't see this coming at all. Anyway, this one happened when I was in 3rd grade, around the age of 9 and 10, and by this time I had had my fair share of beatings, enough to make my bum have some resistance to the belt, you get me? Some recoil on that, you get me? Similarly to the previous story, we lived in an apartment complex at the time, and I also had a best friend. His name was Ethan. Now, Ethan and I always used to chill every day after school. We'd skateboard, roller skate, play PlayStation 2, do all the things, all the good fun things that us 2000s kid experienced in our time. Just good old-fashioned kid stuff. Anyway, on this day, it was after school and I had gone over to Ethan's house to play a little PlayStation. So we jam in PlayStation, we're playing. And Ethan's mom comes in and starts cooking. She starts making sandwiches. Man, these things smelled so good. You have no idea. Bro, I'm playing PlayStation. I'm just hearing sizzling in the background. And the aroma was just filling the room, bro. I'm hungry too. I'm hungry. I hadn't eaten anything at home, so my stomach is grumbling. And these things smell so good. Ethan's mom was a chef, I swear. Anyway, she asked me if I wanted some. Emmanuel, do you want some food? No, Ethan's mom, I'm okay. No, I'm not. Are you sure? Yeah, I already ate at home. No, I didn't. Bro, I'm starving. So she offers me food. I reject it as I was taught in the past. I'm thinking to myself, hey, yo, that's a W, good son, you know? Good boy, huh? Very good boy, huh? Listening to your parents, huh? A very good boy. Anyway, so I listened to my parents. I didn't eat at Ethan's place, bro. After getting beat when I was 5, like 5 years later, I'm still not eating at my friend's house, bro. I'm a good kid. Anyway, so everyone eats, I swallow my spit, and Ethan and I start jamming again. We start playing PlayStation. We're just jamming. A couple hours go by, and the sun starts to set. But it's probably time for me to get home. You know, it's kind of getting late. So I say my goodbyes and I leave the house. Now, Ethan's house was about 3 minutes away from my house. And as I'm walking, literally like 30 seconds away from where I stay, I see my mom drive past me, coming back from work. And I look at her and I smile and I wave. She looks at me back. She smiles and she waves. I get inside the house. Ima, go to your room. Okay. So I go to my room and I just wait for her there in anticipation. I wasn't expecting a beating because to my knowledge, I hadn't done anything wrong. I'm thinking, hey, maybe she's coming over. Maybe she bought me some clothes that she wants me to try on or something, you know? So I'm waiting in my room and this woman comes into my room holding a belt in her hand. Bruh, no way this woman's about to beat me right now. Visa brugo. But that's Visa brugo. Why are you crying? Shut up. Bro, this woman's actually beating me. Bro, I was dazed. For the first 10 seconds, I didn't even cry. I was dazed. Well, that and, like I said, you know, recoil. But mostly confusion, bro. I didn't see this coming. I still don't know why she's beating me. But she's beating me, bro. And I just have to stand there and take it. So I was quiet for the first 10 seconds. But lash after lash, I started to feel a bit more I could feel her power levels increasing lash after lash, bro. So I started crying so that she can keep it at a level I can handle, I can manage, you know? So she beats me and she tells me, don't ever come home late again. I look at her like, is that what I was getting beat for? That's what you beat me? You could have said. She really could have just told me and I would have listened. Like, understand this, right? These times that my mama is beating me, it's the first time she tells me not to do those things. She had never told me. It's not like she told me and then I disobeyed her. If it was like that, I'd understand completely. But no, I find out with a beating, bro. What? Now, those are the 3 beatings that I will never forget. But those aren't the worst beatings I've ever received. No. The worst beating I've ever received wasn't even from my parents. It was by a teacher from the Zimbabwean military school I went to. And that's a story for another day.
So make sure to stay tuned because, yeah, I actually did get beat by a teacher and it's a crazy story. So make sure you stay tuned and catch me on the next one.